Hey gang, Anthony Fontana here, coming at you live from our home here on Long Island, and just wanted to welcome you to tonight's live, and thank you for listening in. I do appreciate that, and if you're wherever you're coming from, I'd love to know where you're coming from, and if you get any value from any of these, I would love for you to share them. That'd be awesome if you could. I had an amazing day today. I was asked to interview by a couple of very successful business people that asked me to interview with two other people in one of their private Facebook groups. And they took the interview. The three of us were interviewed, fellow entrepreneurs of mine. And so we had a great time. It was about an hour. And after the call, I realized that they were going to put this out. And actually, they were live in all of their Facebook groups, which I did not realize was happening. And when I went back and looked at the number of people, the number of potential people that they put this out today, it's over 125,000 people potentially looking at this information. It blew my mind, to be real honest with you. So I was humbled. And I wanted to share a couple of things that came out of the call and a couple of observations that I made. This topic tonight is, don't be in the excuses business, basically. Stop being in the excuses business. I'm going to be talking to those of you that are making decisions that you're not sure what you're passionate about yet, or maybe you are, but you're making excuses to not do something for yourself. Hey, George, how are you? Hey, Bill. I'll acknowledge some people at the end of this if I can. I want to try to keep this under 10 minutes. I want you to hustle. I want you to work hard. I want you to be on offense for life, not defense. Being on offense means, saying yes, how? Just saying yes to something, just being aware that you make the decision whether or not you're moving forward. There's nothing in your background that's preventing you from moving forward at all. Why not? Why yes? So if something comes across you that might be something that you'd like to do, something that you might be passionate about, you're not even sure what you're passionate about, but it looks good, it might be good, you might look into diving into it, a business idea, a business concept, somebody's approached you for business and you just don't know, I'm going to ask you to take a dive into that, because how do you know you like sushi unless you've actually had sushi? The first time we ever had raw fish, I was working at the Bank of Tokyo back in the day, and my manager took me out to eat. He took me to the #1 Japanese restaurant in New York City. I'll never forget it. And I was like, raw fish, are you out of your mind? Well, today, I would probably eat that for lunch and dinner every day if I could. I just simply love it. I have a tremendous taste for it. But I never would have known it had I not taken that first bite. So if you're in the business right now of succeeding, then you are in business for yourself because you control it. I want you to be optimistic. I want you to be excited. You see, this cell phone right here, is a game changer. It's the remote control to your life. You see, you can create content using this phone and then share things that you're interested in and share that content on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I don't even know all the different social media platforms that are out there for free. There's no cost. It's not costing me to put this video out there on Facebook right now. Hi, Maria. How are you? Hi, Lisa. So this phone that you all buy, you're paying for it every month in your AT&T or Verizon bill or whatever. I don't even know how many companies. That's the secret to your future. That's the secret to the great things that you have. And one of the guys on the call today blew my mind. He drives a car for a living. This is one of the three people. I was one and there was two others. He drives a car for a living. And in between stops, he uses this phone to build his business, his side hustle. I'm going to tell you right now, 6 months from now, I'll be flying out to visit him at his retirement party because he will not be doing car service 6 months from now, because he's taken advantage of social media. He's taken advantage of the tools and equipment that my grandparents didn't have, my father didn't have, and I didn't have. Okay, up until just a few years ago, they didn't exist in my world, cell phones. I don't even know when I got my first phone. It certainly wasn't a smartphone. You made a phone call with it. You actually spoke to people on the phone using a cell phone. Today, you do more than watch videos on a phone. You do more than talk on it. You can use it as a business tool. I want to convince you of this. I want to convince one of you. If I can convince one of you of this, my day is made. I want to convince you that no one cares about the problems that you have. No one cares about the situation that you're in or were in or your past or all your challenges that you've had up to this point. No one. Not one person. No one cares that your brother smacked you when you were 12 years old, and that's preventing you from doing something today because he doesn't believe in you. I don't care if your brother or your father or your sister doesn't believe in you. What I care about is, do you believe in you? That's what I care about. Because if you don't believe in you, then who's going to? Because you have to. You don't need support. You don't need outside influence. It's all up to you. Every single minute that you spend complaining about something is 1 minute that you're not spending trying to do something about it. Now let's think about that. Every minute that goes by, we only have, how many minutes a day? I don't know, 60 an hour, 1,200 minutes a day, whatever it is. You're sleeping a bunch of that time. You have a limited amount of time every single day, and every single day that you waste thinking and talking and doing something that's not constructive, not conducive to something better for your life, you're going to fail. You're absolutely going to fail. I want you to be accountable to yourself. You see, traits like self-awareness, humility, self-actualization, empathy, the things that your grandmother used to adhere to, that your grandparents, maybe your parents used as the way they lived their life, that's the basis for success today. It's having those traits and those characteristics that will set you apart from those that don't. Because your life, your history, your story has value to everyone. Hi, Dennis. How are you? Hey, Ronald, my old buddy from high school. How are you? Carol, good to see you. Maria, say hi to a few people. Lisa. Hi, Juliana, Mexico. Abner, what's going on? My friend Bill and Georgie. Look, they're relevant to today. Those traits are relevant to today. Excuses are like noses and opinions. Everyone has them. You can be in the excuse business, or you can be in the getting something done business. It's up to you. Because there's only going to be you. You control it. You control your time. You control your energy. You control your attitude. You also control how you react to what's going on around you. And that's the secret right there. You talk about the secret. What's the secret to success? It's actually getting up and doing something. It's not worrying about all the crap that you've gone through to this point. Flush that and move forward. Take that step forward. So that's my advice today. You know, speaking to these guys today, 2 guys and 1 gal, and understanding that I was talking to $1 million a year earners today, 7-figure earners, multiple 7-figure earners with, 8-figure businesses. It was humbling. What excuse do I have? Because from Yale or from jail, it doesn't really matter. You're the determining factor. You're the difference. So I want you to step up. I want you to figure out a way to use this thing to change your life. Don't use it just to make phone calls. Don't use it just to check text messages or to look at your email at work. Use it to do something worthwhile. You see, we all have 9-to-5 jobs, whatever. Some of you do. Many of you do. But it's what you do after you get home that's going to be important. What you're doing from 7 to 1 a.m., that's what's going to be important. That's where the rubber's going to meet the road. Because if you don't change what you're doing, nothing's going to change. Is that not true? Can I get an amen on that? If you don't change what you're doing, nothing changes. So I'm going to ask you to make some changes, figure out what you like to do, find your passion, and go out and execute. Now, there's something about passion too. I don't care how old you are. If you're 20, you haven't lived long enough to have something passionate. If you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, I don't care. Some people don't know what they're doing and they're in their 60s. I have friends of mine that are still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out and I'm 60. So don't worry about finding your way. Try some stuff. Go to meetings. Look at crazy webinars. Try to find something that clicks with you. And I promise you this, you're going to have a great life. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. I'm going to go hang out with my girl. She's upstairs. And I love you guys. So any questions, comments, sharing, I love it. We'll speak to you all soon. Be well.